against Maru. I think this might be the first time I'm casting Krystianer myself. I've observed his games before, but I've never casted his games. Hello, Mr. Gling, good to see you. And what was the year when everybody was like, Maru is the greatest? I think he won his first GSL and then he immediately followed up with the second or something. And he did nothing but proxy 2-ranks in that time. Is it time again? Or is this just... I mean, he has one barracks at home. This might just be an engineering bay block, but it's a little bit late, isn't it? I'm not sure. Does it still work out? Okay, I guess it does. Let's go in for the engine bay block. There comes the probe. It's gonna see that thing. It's gonna say, alright, let's go to the third base. Maru just confirmed that one. And hence will cancel his engineering bay to get back the minerals. The probe is still working here as a scouting tool across the map. Marine opening, of course, since Maru did see basically what he needed to see. He saw the timing of the Nexus and he saw that it actually was taken and not cancelled. So he basically knows there's no adept or no max packs build or something, no proxy gates, right? That's also what this thing does for you. You see the Nexus, you're like, alright, I know you. I know where the money of your first 5 buildings went, right? Or 10 buildings. We can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not gonna count this one. 7. So it's in between 5 and 10. That's fair enough. Maru goes for a very defensive high ground command center here. And a Stargate in a PVT. Now that is interesting, and that's a Stargate before any unit. Oh no, he made an adapt. Okay, excuse me. Pardon me. So he makes one adapt, makes a Stargate. It's basically a PVZ build here. Now the one thing that he forgets is he took the third base, but he doesn't have creep, he doesn't have a wall. How is he gonna defend against Hellions? It's gonna be Widow Mines though, but yeah. And he has the wall on top. So the Widow Mines can't just walk here and have no vision on this, right? Yeah. Oh, you were there? Nice. 2018. That's so long ago this time. They casted the finals. Maru did win 4-0. Oracle on the way here. Good old times, yeah. I was there when Sarah won the BlizzCon. That was also quite epic. Very legendary moment. The first non-Korean victory for a world championship. Now, 2 adepts with the third adept over here. 1 Oracle. What can he do? He can definitely take on those 8 Marines. You need to be a little bit careful though. You cannot just stagger in your adepts. You need to come in, you need to one-shot them down, and then not lose the Oracle. Now he goes for workers as well. I'm not sure if I like that. The thing is, you want to... Basically, what you want to do is... So an Oracle wins against... Oh my god. An Oracle wins against 5 Marines, I think, or 5 Marines is the number you need to beat. So it wins against 4. If you can kill 4 of the Marines. Oh my god. What? What? So he shoots and loads in and walks back. This guy is being chased by 4 probes. And now he's gonna try to go into the medevac. There's a Phoenix though. Is he gonna drop out the mine again? This is so random, man. Oh, he actually saves the medevac. I can't believe it. Oh, he saves the medevac, man. Maru is a goat. He's not a god, he's a goat. tank comes in, Viking comes in, Widowmine comes in. If he gets a good connection there on those probes, man, everything... or even on the Stalkers, yeah. Everything's just gonna fall apart. The Viking is gonna be like an immortal right now here, hitting like a truck against those Stalkers. A Cyclone even coming in here as a reinforcement. 3 Stalkers are just not gonna cut it against this amount of units. And Maru... Can't believe this, man. A couple of Vikings, a Cyclone, and a Widowmine is all you need. It's gonna get another Stalker here. Which is not enough units from the Protoss. No Blink, of course. And Blinkless Stalkers are quite weak. Especially if they're kind of backed into a wall. If you already have the position that you need to defend. It's just not gonna work out. He's gonna go for the Pylon, should go for the Warping in Stalker there, honestly. And there we go. GG is gonna be called. On side, Maru will defeat his teammate in the first map. I think, yeah, Krystianer is also on side. They're basically on the same team. A team kill. Yeah, I want to have the big old GSL back, you know. And sometimes I'm looking through the names of the players that were there. Like, I'm thinking of all the good players we have right now in Korea, and most of them are very long-term players, right? So sometimes I just go back and look through the names. And it's like, oh yeah, there's Maru, there's everybody. And then you have those kind of legendary names, right? Like MC, Nesty, MVP, like those guys, right? Everybody still remembers them. But then you also have all of the like crazy good players who never really won championships and who don't play anymore. I don't know. Someone who comes to mind for me always is Myungsik, which is like Myungshik, which is used to be a Protoss player. He used to be crazy good as well. Like there's this guy Terminus, I don't know, Forte. There's so many players. Keen, that used to be really good, alive, you know. For Zerg, it's like Symbol, Armani. Like where are those guys now, right? That's what you're thinking. But yeah, I miss the days where the GSL was so big, where it had like Code A and like around of, I don't know, 64 and stuff. I want to go back to that sometimes. But I guess at this point I would be happy just having a GSL at all. Not sure what they're currently doing there with their weird new format, but that doesn't really feel like a GSL. I don't think it's even a tournament, right? It's like a show match format-ish. Not exactly sure. Here comes the Reaper. Reaper's gonna get shooed away. He does make 3 Reaper and 2 Hellion as the opening here. But triple Reaper, double Hellion can be very potent in probe killing. But you need to find an opening. And that means usually your opponent has to make a mistake. Or you need to force him into a mistake. Into an error. It's a little bit like in baseball when you hit the ball just right with the perfect weird spin. So it bounces irregularly and then forces an error from your opponent because it just bounces the perfect way. Not like you can add any spin to the ball as the batter, but... Now Maru is gonna try to go for it. He sends 2 Hellions into the natural. No, he actually drives up into the main. He just walks in. He just lets him in. That's the perfect stack for the Hellions, but they don't find the position, so they're getting hung up on those probes. Very good defense so far, I want to say here. 4 probes do fall, but that was, like, considering that it got into the main, that was way better defended than I thought. Like, the trap with the Stalkers, the 2 Hellions, and the 2 probes was perfect there on that. And the Reapers should have gone over there and killed the double probe very early to kind of release these Hellions. Or the Hellions needed to go here and try to shoot onto this cluster where the Reapers would have kind of stand their ground over here and kind of stacked all the probes there into that mineral line. So I feel like a little bit of a mis-execution here from, oh my god, he doesn't see it. Oh, now he sees it, okay. Can he react though? Does he react though? I mean, yes, there's a warp in, and of course, he's not gonna lose much to a Widowmine drop here. I don't think so. Like, you need to have something going on for someone to actually lose a lot to a Widowmine drop, and that's usually something that has to do with vision, or like a super surprise timing. Oh, can you get the medevac? Oh, wow. So the medevac even stays alive here. Needs to get a Stalker over here, he's AP. I'm finally gonna go do that. Oh my god, he tried to blink from here to there. The distance was too big. A Raven follow-up. So Maru is just layering his harass here. And at the home, he's completely uncontested. He's just building his stuff. He's making his things. He has a tank. He has a second tank. And he's just doing his thing. I guess Krystianer is also not that... like... losing that many probes, right? He lost, what, 4 probes? That's fine. Especially if you look at the trade, you're way in the plus there. The thing is, though, what he doesn't do is he's not trying to go across the map at all. And now, finally, his Stalkers are making their way over. It's like a debut for them. It's the first time they're going across the map. They're gonna poke out. They're gonna stick their little chicken heads out of the shell, and they're gonna try to see what's up in Maru town. And they find a bunker that's filled up, and they're like, man, our timing is way past, isn't it? And I have to say, you guys, yes, you don't want to go there. No, you don't want to go there. It's a no-no zone. Maru, only 1 engineering bay on the way, double medevac on the way, 3 barracks, 1 factory. Very defensive setup here. Interesting. Adding so many of those supply depots even in. So making it super difficult for the Stalkers to come in and snipe any of these add-ons. Now, the Stalkers can't really jump up here. It's a tough jump, it feels like. So, like, yeah, but this location in general would be the area. So you're basically walling this off as the turn. It looks funny, but that's what he did. Now he finds these Stalkers. He's gonna push against the Stalkers for now, but I think he will try to get a cancel or a kill on that 3rd base. He might just try to chase the Stalkers. Doesn't have concussive yet. Only 1 Marauder in the bunker. Oh, he's trying to go for it, but yeah, recall was a little bit too fast. So Stalkers does to get home. A lot of Zealots here. Needs to be careful though. An anti-armor missile could be amazing on those. So Maru is gonna go for it, and he does get a good chunk of them. That's still a lot of Zealots. You don't want to fight that only with a bio. Needs to shoot a little bit more there onto the Nexus, I feel like. If Colossus is here, 1 tank maybe a tiny bit more forward, or a little bit more spread out, might be fun here. Zealots, actually very nice pullback there on the Zealots, so they don't really eat that much splash damage. But in the end, this defense doesn't look too hot. The tanks are still there. He did clean out the Widowmines though, and no more Marauders. So most of the high HP targets are gone, and in the end, the second wave of Protoss is going to be able to do the trick. Nice blink down the tank to finish that off as efficient as possible on the tail end of the fight here. 1 Marauder is going to get left behind. Sacrificed for the greater good. Doesn't even find the kill on that Zealot. The bunker needs to be manned. The medevac is getting shut down here. He loses another medevac. So quite nice chasing here by Krystianer. Definitely does do a lot of bleeding there to Maru's army. I want to say that was very well done. Zealot scouts to third base timing here. And Krystianer is growing himself quite nicely behind this as well. So he has his Colossi up now. He's getting into that thermal lance. He's getting into a second Robo and a second Forge. Still no Templar Archives though. But we already see the ghosts. Now Viking and ghost production here from Maru. He has already a bunch of Widow Mines sitting here. And he did kind of stop his factory production for now, but he will produce a few more Widow Mines here and there. Although he does not have the drilling claws, of course, so it's not like those are permanently cloaked. Let's go for a scan. I don't think he did find an observer. No. The last thing that was there was the Zealot. But there's actually not that many observers. Krystianer is moving around with a lot of Zealots. He doesn't even have an observer. It's a little bit risky. Like, he has no vision on the army. He doesn't have an oracle, he has no observers. He just comes in and pushes. Just tries to go for it. It's going into some disruptors here. A round of Zealots going behind the back here are gonna go into the mineral line and start to kill some SCVs here. Actually recalling them out. If he gets all of them out, wow. One does die, but the rest makes their way away. So pretty well attack. I mean, for 50 energy, I guess for one Zealot he traded for 7 SCVs. That's a trade you're looking for. And 50 energy, which you kind of always have at this point. It's not like he's constantly chrono boosting stuff. Or is he? Maybe he is. Can still constantly chrono boost the forges and stuff. He needs to start his +2 attack. He's starting to get a few disruptors into the mix here. The Vikings. The Vikings are gonna make short work of those Colossi though. Ghost coming in. As an EMP ready, is gonna throw, does miss the sentries. Maybe his Disruption Nova was on the wrong hotkey there. The Vikings are here. And he will find the first Colossi with the Vikings. The Disruption Novas are not connecting as well, but the Colossi do quite some damage. Now, big chunk of Zealots here running in for a counterattack, but there's actually a huge amount of Bio still left behind here. Again, like these random Marauders just being left behind here to try and fend off the army. It's like, yeah man, I got this. Krystianer is moving into the north here. That's where Maru is just establishing his 4th base. He wants to make that into a planetary right now. Can he finish that one though? Oh, that was a good Disruption Nova. 7 kills on that one. And again, Zealots running into the natural, killing a lot of SCVs. Is he gonna recall those again? I think the Zealots this time are gonna be sacrificed. Behind that, of course, Krystianer is still growing. He has taken this base. He's just set up this one, making a double Warp Prism right now. I hope he sets them up very nicely, like left and right, so he can actually get a lot of warping points going. Does he have already enough gateways? He's looking at 11 and he's making 3 more, so going up to 14, that's gonna be quite nice for him. He needs some more gas, it feels like though. His gas income is constantly low and he's spending it on a lot of upgrades, but he could just easily take a few more geysers. He has the probes even oversaturated there. Nice EMP here on the army. He's gonna shoo Krystianer away a little bit. There's a double prism. They just come in pairs now. It's like Zerglings. Now rotating to the south here. Southeast, can find an entry. It doesn't seem the answer is yes. Very good splits here from Maru. The double prism, both of them make it into the main. One is gonna be an umbrella, the other one is gonna be mobile, and the mobile one does get killed first, the umbrella one does get killed second. But this is the time where the push-in happens as well here. No more Colossi with this army though means... Well, you can kind of fight this with Bio now if you just dodge correctly on the Disruption Novas. Man, he's even gonna get almost all of these Disruptors, like one is gonna stay alive. One? He only loses 14 SCVs, there's just a huge ball of Bio coming down. He doesn't even lose the bunker because he repairs that. Man, Maru is a beast. Does he only have like 5 medivacs? No, it's actually 11, man. He's so good at this game. It's amazing. He has like everything. He just makes everything perfect, while Krystianer is literally kind of laying 3 fires at once in Maru's base. Maru just does everything kind of perfect, and he still keeps the perfect composition. He keeps everything he needs. He just kills a base on his own from his opponent. You see, we're a little bit careful, but he could sandwich this group as well. He does get a full scan. Widowmine has got to get a good connection on those zealots. Oh, that was a very good connection. The Vikings did land. They're gonna try to waddle back here. One Marauder stuck in the mix. Again, the one Marauder that gets left behind. Vikings are fighting. They are getting picked up here. This guy only has Vikings. Oh no, he only has Marauders inside. But yeah, so he did pick up a few Vikings, I want to say. Only one made it out. Wow. Poor Vikings. Only one made it out. Like, whoa! But that Viking, just wait until he retargets on the Stalkers, man. Ah, he loses, he dies before us. Before he does do that, unfortunately, here. The second half of Maru's army is still standing here. Just buy some time for the Widowmine to burrow. But good dodge there by Krystianer, only loses one relic. Maru's focusing down the low zealots. That's crazy. It's like killing one by one. He's clicking one by one. That's so crazy. And in the meantime, he set up 2 more command centers, of course, in the north. Because why would he not? He's making finally... Like, he was doing this of 5 barracks all time long. He was having such a massive army of 5 barracks. He's finally going into 8 racks. Look at that. 5 barracks Terran. Just land this base over here. Krystianer, by the way, did just lose 2 bases behind this after he lost the fight as well. Does have this here, and of course he still has this, which we're gonna re-establish here. These geysers were never taken, so that's a big waste. The base is gonna get whack-a-mole here. We'll keep the 6 probes alive though. Maybe. At least 2. Oh, the probes tried to come back, and that's when they heard the stim on the bio. And then they just turned around. And this army is mostly disruptors. Disruptor Zealot Colossi is not a good functioning army here. Maru does tend to leave his Widowmines behind, by the way. You might just walk in with those. You need some high ground vision here so you can get that shot off if it comes down to it. This mine is in vision, but he doesn't see it. A recall to this base, which is being attacked right now here, and there's still that minefield, which might just be a little bit too much to chase through. Bye. Nexus in the north gets poked out here. Maru is evacuating back to his home. He is spending his money, so he's losing a lot, but look at the efficiency. He's 10k up, he's a third better, 30% better in the efficiency here. Gets another Nexus. That is all of the mining, so this base is the last, sorry, this army is the last army from Krystianer, and he will just lose the Colossi. He does get a good few corrupt shots, but it's basically the last round of Zealot he's ever gonna make, and he's just losing them like flies here. Oh my god, the reinforcement, the attack comes in. He just doesn't care for the Zealots, he just goes for those disruptors. GG is being called. Maru just take the series 2-0.